Great stuff, Nick Wright, in 10 minutes. Oh, we're loaded today. Some of my favorite people in the world, including Joy Taylor. I don't know if you noticed, Joy. We'll get into it later. My wife got me new shoes. I'm officially have street credibility. We'll get into that later. Not a ton, Joy, just a little.
Well, the fact that you said credibility kind of, keeps it in perspective. But they are very nice shoes, so you did a good job. She's putting you on.
She did a great job.
Yes.
So I feel like, and I don't want to be condescending here, but I feel like we kind of have to, as an audience, we like what Milwaukee's doing, but we have to teach them how this thing works because they haven't been relevant for 30 years in the NBA. So I don't want to be condescending, but this is sort of how it works. A, regular season dominance does not equal playoff dominance, especially for young, eager teams. That's the way it works. So Milwaukee, you're not going to roll everybody like you did in the regular season. You're young, you're eager. The regular season seeding, it means a lot. You haven't been good forever. Secondly is, once a team comes into your building, like a Celtic team with banners and stuff, and they roll you in game one, game two is yours. They did all they wanted to do. They got a split. Remember, these two teams met last year in the playoffs. Road team didn't win any games. Okay, Boston's whole goal, get a game and get the you-know-what out of town. They did last night, barely needed to watch. And I watched, but that was Milwaukee's game. In the NFL and in college football in general, the intensity of the regular season and postseason, pretty close. Got to play hard every game, every series, every play. NBA, the intensity, there is a Grand Canyon gap, regular season to playoffs. So last night, Boston got rolled. Milwaukee's, the power outage is over. All sorts of Twitter talk, a lot of internet. Yes, last night was Milwaukee's game. Go ask a sports bettor. You bet Milwaukee. That's their game. That's the way the league works. Boston went into your place. And Kyrie, by the way, I'm getting this. Kyrie last night struggled. Okay, and then Chris Middleton. Colin, you said Chris Middleton's not a number 2. Not in a championship team. He's a 3, maybe a 4. He's Klay Thompson. It is not as good defensively. And Chris Middleton's had a really good game last night. So what? In college basketball, you can be a one-game superstar, sudden death. In the NBA, I want 3 more of those. I want Chris Middleton to be great and shoot 60% on threes 3 more times, then we'll talk. He's not an all-star in the West. He's an all-star in the East. So is John Wall. There's a big difference. And by the way, I'm going to bet that Kyrie does not have another stinker like last night over Chris Middleton having 3 more games like last night. This is the way, not trying to be condescending here, but I said this, Joy was here, I've been saying this. When you get young teams, Milwaukee, Denver, that don't have a lot of playoff experience, the regular season means a lot, seeding means a lot. Boston, by the way, this year, seeded 4th. They don't look like a number 4 seed, do they? By the way, Golden State last year, last 17 games, regular season, 10 and, what was it last year at the end of the season? Were they 10 and 17 their last 27 or something? Warriors were terrible at the end of last regular season. I don't have the numbers in front of me. They were terrible. They got rings, they got titles, they got net worth, they got brands. They don't care. There's nothing really to say about last night other than the winner in this 3 or 4 days in Milwaukee was Boston. By the way, Kyrie Irving, everybody's like, yeah, Kyrie Irving. What do you got to say now, Kyrie Irving? Here's what he's got to say now.
This is the first time you're in the playoffs as a lone all-star on your team, especially after a game like this. What is the extra burden there, and how do you intend to deal with it?
There's no extra burden. This is what I signed up for. This is what Boston traded for me for. So this is what you live for. So basketball is fun when it comes like this, when you have to respond. And this is type of basketball you want to be playing at this time of year.
Kyrie Irving will go home, and I assure you, will play really, really good basketball. It's not to say Chris Middleton's not good. He's an all-star in the East. But I'm going to go with Kyrie Irving is going to be huge in this series and will not be marginalized and will be more dependable over time. This is not March Madness. You got to do it 4 times in a series to win. Joy Taylor with the news.
No.